Fallen leaves. A familiar magic stirs. Jack-o'-lanterns glow on doorsteps. Laughter echoes down quiet streets. And costumes transform ordinary people into heroes, monsters, and spirits. It's Halloween, one of the world's most beloved celebrations. But behind the candy and costumes lies a story thousands of years in the making. One that began long before North America ever knew the word trick dash or dash treat dot dot. The story begins in the ancient Celtic world on the mist-covered plains of Ireland, Scotland, and northern France, where people called the Celts divided the year into two halves, the light and the dark. The festival of Samhain, pronounced Samhain, marked the end of the harvest and the start of winter. It was the Celts' New Year's Eve, a time when the sun grew weak, the days grew short, and the boundary between the living and the dead thinned to a whisper. They believed that on this night, spirits crossed freely between worlds. Some brought messages or blessings, others mischief or harm. To keep balance, communities honored them with offerings of food, drink, and prayer, hoping the restless dead would pass peacefully through their villages. Bonfires burned bright on the hillsides, sacred fires believed to protect against evil and purify the land. For the coming winter, people extinguished their home hearths and relit them with flames from the communal fire, symbolizing unity and renewal. Offerings of crops or animals were thrown into the blaze to thank the gods for another year of harvest. Families prepared hearty meals and left a portion outside their doors as a gift for wandering spirits. Inside, they feasted, told stories, and played games that asked questions of fate. Would the next year bring marriage, good harvest, good health? Samhain was both solemn and joyful, a night to face darkness with reverence and to celebrate life in the face of winter's chill, to disguise themselves from the dead or perhaps to join them. People wore costumes made of animal heads, hides, and furs. They believed these disguises would confuse or frighten wandering spirits. Some represented gods or mythic creatures. Others mimicked animals that symbolized strength or wisdom. What began as spiritual armor became the very first Halloween costumes. Behind every mask lay a simple truth: respect what you fear. Storytelling was at the heart of Samhain. Around crackling fires, bards recited tales of heroes, monsters, and gods. The stories carried lessons about courage, respect for nature, and the thin line between the seen and unseen. Through these tales, children learned the values of their people, while adults reflected on the cycles of life and death. The festival bound entire communities through shared imagination. Came change. As Christianity spread across Europe, the old pagan festivals were reimagined through a new lens. By the 9th century, the Church had declared All Saints' Day on November 1st a time to honor saints and martyrs. The evening before became All Hallows' Eve, which, over time, softened into the word Halloween. But the people didn't let go of their roots so easily. Bonfires still burned, disguises were still worn, and the dead were still remembered. The ancient and the holy intertwined, creating a festival where superstition and spirituality danced hand in hand. Centuries later, Halloween began its journey across the Atlantic. During the 19th century, millions of Irish and Scottish immigrants fled hardship and famine, bringing their folklore to North America. In Canada, particularly in the Maritimes and Ontario, these newcomers kept their traditions alive. Rural towns saw children go door to door in a practice called guising, performing songs, jokes, or short recitations in exchange for treats. Candles glowed inside hollowed out turnips to ward off evil spirits, a custom that would later inspire the pumpkin jack-o'-lantern. In early Canadian communities, Halloween was humble but heartfelt. Families gathered for apple bobbing, storytelling, and simple games. that echoed Samhain's ancient rituals. The night was filled with music and laughter, though it always carried a sense of mystery. Some believe that if you stood at a crossroads at midnight, you might glimpse the spirit of someone you'd lost or meet a stranger from the other world. These customs gave immigrants a sense of belonging, connecting them to their homelands while building new traditions in a new country. By the late 1800s, Halloween in Canada began to grow. Newspapers advertised costume balls and community bonfires. Children wore homemade masks crafted from paper, cloth, or wood. Pumpkin carving became popular, replacing turnips as the vegetable of choice thanks to Canada's abundant autumn harvests. The glowing faces of jack-o'-lanterns became symbols of both mischief and welcome-friendly guardians, lighting the way through the dark October night. In the early 20th century, Halloween was a mix of festivity and chaos. Young people played pranks, tipping outhouses, ringing bells, and rearranging wagons on the street. Some towns even called it Mischief Night. Communities soon organized parties, parades, and games to channel that energy into safer fun. Schools hosted costume contests, and neighbors decorated with paper ghosts and corn stalks. The playful side of Halloween began to shine through. By the mid-1900s, Halloween transformed again. The rise of suburban neighborhoods after World War II created perfect trick-or-treating routes. Candy companies saw an opportunity and seized it. Individually wrapped sweets replaced homemade treats, and October 31st became a child's paradise of costumes and sugar. Television specials and comic books spread Halloween imagery across North America. Pumpkins, ghosts, witches, and skeletons became icons of seasonal fun. Today, Halloween in Canada is celebrated from coast to coast. In Newfoundland and Nova Scotia, communities still hold outdoor gatherings. In Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver, streets come alive with parades, haunted attractions, and elaborate costumes. Schools host pumpkin drives, small towns hold harvest fairs, even Canada's French-speaking regions, once skeptical of the English holiday, now embrace it with creativity and flair. For one night each year, imagination becomes reality. Yet beneath the masks and lights, the heart of Halloween hasn't changed. It remains a night to honor the past, to laugh at our fears, and to find joy in the mysterious. The Celts lit bonfires to protect themselves from the darkness they light, pumpkins to welcome it playfully. Their stories of spirits and ancestors live on in their movies, their costumes, and their tales told by candlelight. So as they step into the night of October 31st, they remember the journey that brought Halloween to their doorstep, from the sacred fires of Samhain to the glowing pumpkins of Canada. Every laugh, every costume, every story whispered in the dark carries centuries of human wonder.